Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Oh, do we have some cards to create today? I'm going to create 4 cards with you guys today. And these cards are super simple. We're going to let designer series paper kind of be the star because, why not? But you see the theme here. It's all masculine cards. I know that is something that we all struggle with. I've got lots of fun tips and tricks for creating the cards today. Guys, it's going to be a fantastic day to stamp. And I've got Brenda. She is over there on YouTube. She'll be answering your questions. And in the studio is Christina, because I sent her a text late last night and I said, oh, I'm making 4 cards. My desk is not big enough for all of that. So she's going to be here. So if you hear little sounds in the background, that's her helping me set up for the next. So thank you for that. Of course. This also means that the dogs are not in live jail.
Yeah.
We usually put them in live jail.
Tugger is currently sitting directly in front of the desk, right where we'll step on him.
Yeah.
So
he's bound and determined to be a little annoying today.
Yep.
So, and real quick, we also need to let you know, Brenda's having some big time internet issues today. They've got storms, which they need. But she's freezing up a lot. So if
a ton. It's okay. It's all right. I'll do my best.
Yeah. That's called live.
Yep.
You never know what you're going to get. I see lots of people popping on. I hope you guys are excited to create the 4 cards. It's getting busy in the house.
Oh my
we
gosh.
We are almost 1 month away from Jenny's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got that going on. Maid of honor here is got tons going on with that. Both Christina and Jenny and their significant others are all in a show right now.
That opens 1 week from today.
Yeah. And
I wish I could be there.
2 weeks before the wedding.
Yep.
And here's what's funny about that. She was like, I don't think I can do it. And I said, Jenny, I was in Steel Magnolias 1 week before I got married. And so we had a month of rehearsals and then 3 weeks of performances. And then I got married the next weekend. Yep. I said, if I can do it, you can do it. And honestly, it's kind of nice because it keeps you busy.
Yeah.
And she's pretty much got all her ducks in a row. I mean, everything's good there. But I said, it's kind of nice to have something else to keep you busy. And yeah, I think in general, everyone's glad that they did it.
Oh yeah, we're having a blast.
It's a funny show. It's a show called Something Rotten. Anyway, it's not rotten. It's really
good.
But with that, we better jump in because we got a lot to do. So let me go ahead and get switched back over here. There we go. Okay, friends, let's jump in. We are going to start with a sympathy card. That's one that we need for the guys, right? We really do. And so this one, we are going to be featuring the heartfelt hexagon, but you could use anything, but I wanted to use this with sincere sympathy. So that's why I'm using that one. We got lots of measurements and things, and I think I'm going to count on you guys to get the download for that one, all right? I need to also let you know, if you printed off my download that I shared on Tuesday on simplysimplestamping.com, it is so wrong. Oh my goodness, it is so wrong. So you only need to reprint page 1. I don't know. I just had some real wonky things going on. So if you will reprint page 1. Speaking of the download, let me share with you. This download looks a little bit different because we've got 4 cards and all the measurements, the supply list, of course. And there's some really great big photos of the cards today. You'll have, again, like I said, all the measurements. You can come back here. You can either click or scan the QR code, and that'll bring you back here to watch this video. So there's lots of tips and tricks in between. So you might need to come back and watch. And of course, if you are in the United States, friends, I got to set my focus. Sorry if things got blurry there. But if you're in the United States, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Thank you guys so much. Your orders are what allow me to do what I do and share twice a week here on my channel. You can click this image and you'll see all these items. I know it looks like a lot, but guys, it's 4 cards. And there's also a direct link there, and that will allow you to shop with me. So we've got that for you. Let's jump in. All right, so let's look at our first card. And my first card, our designer series paper. This is Nature's Sweetness. Do you see the gold foil? It is beautiful. When you cut all the cards today, let me throw that across the room. When you cut all the cards today, this has writing on it, so I need to make sure it's right. You will always want to be in a portrait mode. So 4 inches by 10.5 inches and scored at 5 1/4. Every piece of designer series paper will be that. So when you cut, you're going to always want to be cutting 4 inches. So think about that. That's going to get you 3 of these cards, right? 12 by 12 paper. Okay. So when you're working, especially if you have a certain pattern, and this one does because I have writing on it, you want to make sure you're looking at it correctly. So we're going to punch a window, and we are going to use the Labeled with Love punch. Guys, you can use whatever punch you want. In fact, this hexagon, heartfelt hexagon, has a punch as well that you can use. Again, let me make sure my writing is straight up. That is the fold. I'm going to push that designer series paper all the way in. Yes, I am punching through 2 layers. All right, that's important. I'm going to line that up, and I am going to punch. All right, I know, looks kind of weird. All right, I'm going to put adhesive on the back. You might want to also just, give yourself a quick looky-loo and make sure you're putting adhesive on the right end, because we did punch through those 2 layers. We'll add that to a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 pecan pie. And now I'm going to take, you know what, before I do that, I've got 3 pieces here of some gold foil. And these are, oh gosh, what are they? 1/4 inch by 4 inches. I'm going to use multi-purpose glue on this. And I'm going to add this down here at the bottom before I adhere it inside my card. Because you see, it's a little long for the inside. So I will snip that off. And we're going to go ahead and add this to the inside of the card. All right. Now, I could have also just cut that before I adhered it, but you know how sometimes when you're adding something, it's just easier to snip off the end. All right. So we have that. Let's go ahead and bring in a pecan pie ink pad. Joanne says she loves these cards for men, right, Joanne? I mean, it's a struggle. The struggle is very real on creating cards for men. So with that window, I'm going to stamp inside with Deepest Sympathy. And I've got 2 more pieces of my gold foil. And I'm going to add 1 down at the bottom. All right. Again, it just kind of ties in that gold that's in this paper. All right. Oops, slidey. There we go. All right. Now, can I tell you something? What I probably should have done was adhered this before I punched it, but you know what? It's all good. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just put a little bit of glue right there. All right. You just want to do your best to kind of center that up. And we'll snip. And now we'll do it here on the other side. And line it up. I love conserving my foil, right? We love this. This is like precious commodity. All right. Snip. And with that, gosh, in just a matter of minutes, we have a really nice sympathy card for a guy, right? Okay, beautiful, easy, simple. All right, we are ready to come in now with our next card. And this is a Christmas card. Sometimes we have people at work that maybe we want to do a Christmas card for them. And this one is great. It uses the iconic imagery stamp set. This is this is a brand new one. Yeah, this is from the September through December mini catalog. And let's go ahead and bring in our supplies. All right. Got lots of stamps on this one. Okay. I got a piece of scratch paper because I'm going to be doing a little work on two-step stamping. All right. So look at this gorgeous paper. More gold. We love it. This one is the Season of Green and Gold Designer Series paper. So this is an online exclusive. It is absolutely gorgeous. I will tell you with this one, there's no right or wrong to what is the front or the back. So no worries here. I've got a piece of cherry cobbler. That is a 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to add this here. And I've got a piece of Mossy Meadow. 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to add this to the inside. Look, we're really going to let that gorgeous gold paper just shine. All right. Same paper. So when you cut this, you're going to have a little bit left over. So we're going to use this, and this is a 1 inch, right? 1 inch. I got to look. What did I do? 3/4 inch. Sorry, 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to, by 4. I'm going to add that right here. We're going to add a little ribbon to that here in a second. And let's come in and do some stamping. So I've got a 3.5 by 4 3/4 very vanilla. This one is a, did I get that right? 3.5 by 4 3/4. I don't know if I said that right. This is a 3.5 by 1.5 and a 3.5 by 1/2. Okay, friends. Christmas colors. Let's do it. We'll start here with some cherry cobbler. And again, everything I'm using here is from that Iconic Imagery stamp set. So on this one, look at this beautiful giant Celebrate stamp. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to say, where's my next stamp here? In Mossy Meadow, we're going to say Celebrate the Season. And when you stamp this, if you'll stamp it all the way over to the right of that, ooh, that did not do well. Time to re-ink an ink pad, my friends. That's how you know. All right, let's try it again. Oh, that looks so much better, but I still need to re-ink my ink pad. Okay, let's go ahead and do the inside of our card. And oh my gosh, I just, so close. My ink pad was right here and I opened up my card. Have you guys done that? Opened up a card and it touched an open ink pad? Horrible, horrible thing to do. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't do that again. All right, here we go. Just to save a little time, I put the Peace and Joy all on one stamp, okay? And we're going to stamp Peace and Joy in the cherry cobbler. And the ampersand, I know Brenda's giggling at ampersand right now. Get that right there. Now down here at the bottom, like I said, this is a lot of two-step stamps. So we're going to add some berries, and we're going to do the outline of the berries. And we'll stamp those 3 times here in the bottom right corner, or left corner, forgive me. Now I'm going to bring in that scratch paper because I'm going to stamp off once so I get a little bit lighter image right there inside. Okay, beautiful. Now in my Mossy Meadow, we're going to take our, ooh, I bet I didn't, it's a little bit light. Yep, time to re-ink an ink pad. Let's see, gotta make sure I'm getting enough ink here. I'm gonna stamp off, this is for the 2-step part. I love 2-step stamping. It's always been my favorite. That looks awesome. I think we are now ready to put a card together. So let me move some ink pads out of my way. And, oh, Nancy Clark says, what a beautiful day for a live stream. Right? I agree. It is a beautiful day for a live stream. I don't know about you and where you are. We thought fall was here. And then we found out that we were wrong. And it is not here. Because this weekend, it is going to be 99 degrees. And I was like, yeah, I heard, did you hear Christina moan? Yeah, we're all like, what? we thought fall was finally here. We had gone camping and it was beautiful and we were so excited, and it tricked us. It tricked us. All right, I'm going to add my Celebrate right there to the end of the cardstock. You got to love our fabulous double-sided paper that you can hide anything. It's just really good paper. We love quality. All right, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some ribbon. This is the cream woven ribbon. And I'm going to tie this in a square knot over here on the right side, right over left and under. Remember, you're going to pull straight up and down. All right, get that to fold. There we go. Straight up and down. And then left over right and under. You know, I think one of my most watched videos was the video on tying bows and square knots. It's an old one. I mean, I did this one ages ago, but it is one. It's just something I think we all struggle with. So, all right, friends, with this, if you'd like, and I think I do because it's wiggling around on me, I'm going to take a mini glue dot, grab that, and just put it right underneath my knot, just to kind of hold that in place. And look at that gorgeous Christmas card for the guys. Actually, just a gorgeous Christmas card. Remember, you'll be able to get 4 of these, or 3 of these, forgive me, 3. But remember, you get 2 sheets, so really it's 8. And there's so much beautiful paper in there, so no worries, right? Ready for another one? You guys know I love my coffee, and you can see how our paper is. This one is directional. So let me bring in what we've got here. And this card is going to be created with the Latte Love. This was also an online exclusive, so you're not going to see this one in the catalog. This one you're going to find online. Fabulous stamp. All right, and for this card, we're going to use Lost Lagoon and Pecan Pie because it ties in really well. We're also going to bring in just a few Stampin' Blends, some Lost Lagoon and Pecan Pie. All right, let's see what we've got here. So remember what I told you about the paper. We want to make sure we're cutting it in a portrait mode. So 4 inches by 10.5 scored at 5 1/4. And for this one, we're going to bring in that hexagon, heartfelt hexagon punch again. And I've got a fun little idea for you. I'm going to open up my card and I'm going to push my cardstock in as far as it'll go. And I'm going to slide it down. I'm going to zoom in because I want you guys to be able to see this. See how I'm just lining it up. I'm going to lock it down here. See, I'm just kind of lining it up with those points. It's going to leave me a nice little notch. Let's do that over here. Again, push it in as far as it'll go. That'll ensure your spacing is right. Okay. So there we have our little ribbon notches. Okay, I'm going to zoom back up. We will go ahead and add this to our card base. And that is some Lost Lagoon, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Again, we want to make sure that, we're using the correct side. We don't want upside down coffee cups. I don't know. Maybe your husband is an upside down coffee cup kind of guy. Maybe. I got another piece of Lost Lagoon. This is for the inside of the card. And this one is going to be the 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. I love adding these layers. But my goodness, the cards are so fast. It's kind of unbelievable. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the inside of the card. So I have some basic white, and this is a 3 1/2 by 4. I gotta look. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. I want to make sure I have that right. So we are going to start. Let's start here with the pecan pie, and we are going to add some coffee beans. And I'm going to just stamp these down here at the bottom. Looks like I can get about 5 of them. Okay. Now we will come in with our coffee cup. I don't want that pecan pie to get too far because I'm going to need it again. Lost Lagoon. And we're going to stamp our coffee cup. And let's put that right there. And now I'm going to come back in. Let's see, I'm going to need that. We'll come back in with our pecan pie, and we're going to stamp the coffee. I liked the little heart. Not that I could ever do that kind of, you know, pretty stuff with my coffee. This is where the blends are going to come in. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm really only going to use the lights. I'm not going to use the darks. So let's start with our pecan pie. And let's add the coffee around our beautiful latte. I'm lucky I can get froth on my latte, but there we go. So see how that looks really pretty? I'm going to now come in with my light Lost Lagoon. And you know, they are blends. So if you wanted to do your fancy blending, feel free. But you know, I have that Lost Lagoon outline, and I just didn't feel the need. Didn't feel the need. All right, last little bit there. What do you think? I think it looks really pretty. Let's add this to the inside of our card.
Connie.
Yes, ma'am.
We froze up again.
Oh, I froze? Or you froze?
I froze. I froze again. Can I come to your house and have coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be here for the wedding. So we'll have
That just
lots
looks
of
like
coffee.
the perfect thing for us.
I know it does. It sounds so good. Okay, one more time with our Lost Lagoon. You know, when Brenda comes to visit, the coffee is flowing. Let me tell you, lots of coffee flowing. Okay. Ooh, did I smear? I did. Let's try it again. Again, fancy double-sided cardstock. Oh, that looks better. See, my hands are probably shaking from too much coffee is my thing. All right, now in pecan, you know what? I'll come back to pecan pie. I think I'm going to go ahead and punch first just to be on the safe side. So it's just a scrap here of some basic white, whatever you got. Oh, let me see if I can straighten that up. Well, too much coffee makes Connie a little shaky. All right, there we go. We've got that. We're going to come in with that pecan pie, and let's add, where did my stamp go? There it is. We'll add some coffee beans to it because that's really cute. All right, are you ready for another tip? We need another tip. So I'm now going to come in with that punch. And I've got a piece of Lost Lagoon, and I think it's like 2 inches by 5.5. And I'm going to punch out 2 of these. So I love to create layers for my punches. And I got some like kind of unique tips for this one. I'm going to cut 1 1/2 long ways and 1 short. Now, here's the kind of crazy thing. See this little, again, I'm going to zoom in. Oops, I shook the camera. Okay. See that little cut right there? I'm going to come right next to that, and I'm going to snip that away, okay? It gets in the way of this technique, okay? So, did you guys hear my stomach growl just now? All right, so there are those 2. I hate seeing my hands that close, but I want to make sure you guys see this technique. I'm going to do the same thing here with the long ones. All right. So let me do it again, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and zoom out. I can't. It's a little too close. Too close. All right. And we'll snip these away. Okay. We're going to take our die here for our punch. We'll do the long ones first. So I'm going to, you see it's going to line up right along that edge. So it just kind of extends the punch, gives me a nice little layer. Add that one there. Who cares what the back looks like? No one's going to see it.
Hey, Connie.
Yeah.
Deb Fitzgerald says her favorite coffee stamp set is your Nothing Better Than set.
Oh, I miss the stamp set. I really do. But Deb, did you see the More Than Autumn stamp set? It's so cute, and it's kind of the same thing. And it's got a Nothing's Better Than, only it focuses a little more on pumpkin spice and donuts. And I love donuts, so I'm all about that. All right, that's so fun. That's so fun, Deb. All right, we have got some more ribbon, and this is the white frayed ribbon. All right, so this time we're going to tie this over here on the left side. Same thing, right over left and under, and then left over right and under. And only pull what's in your left hand. All right, that's kind of the key to get a really nice square knot. We'll trim away this excess. And now for our sentiment, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals. And this part's important, guys. You only want them on the long edges. Don't put them on the end because the ribbon's going to go through there. And sometimes trying to get Stampin' Dimensionals on ribbon, well, that doesn't seem to work too good. So, do you see my little notches? They're so cute, right? We're going to add our sentiment, our greeting right there. Beautiful. And look, you don't even have to say a whole lot. Just, I love you, babe. So there we go. All right. One more card. Where are we at? You know what? It's, I knew today's video would be a little bit long, but I'm kind of saving the best for last. I loved this card.
Hey, Connie.
Yeah.
So the other day I was reading through some comments and everybody says it's okay if you go a little long. It doesn't bother me at all.
I know. And let me tell you, one of the reasons why I struggle with that is because when the video goes live over at Simply Simple Stamping, I don't want to be at the end of it. But today I actually set it where it would go up a little bit later because I knew today's video would be long. I mean, 4 cards. But do you guys see how fast these cards are? I mean, we love that. So this one says, you're the best, plain and simple. Happy birthday. And I think you guys are going to really love this card. So I'm going to get out my supplies and get everything going here. All right. So this paper is from the Take to the Sky. You see, it's important that we cut the right way or you're going to have upside down clouds. So you want to cut 4 inches. And so bring it at 4 inches and cut straight down. So I can see this is the front of my card. And with this one, since I'm really not doing any, anything fancy there to the inside, let's go ahead and adhere this to a piece of basic gray, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. All right, so there's the beginning of my card. I've got a piece of smoky slate, 3 3/4 by 5, and that's going to go there on the inside. And we've got another piece, identical, all right, another identical piece of smoky slate. So let me show you the stamp set. And this stamp set is also part of, you can order the bundle. And let me tell you, you want the bundle. I mean, these dies are fantastic. We're going to use that one there. And we're going to use our little propellers. Okay. So let's go ahead. We're going to stamp here in a basic gray ink pad. And we're going to get a couple stamps here. We're going to take our great big plain and we'll stamp that right there. And now we're going to take my greeting on the front. You're the best, plain and simple. I'm going to flip it around and we're going to stamp that there. Earlier we used the heartfelt hexagon, or no, forgive me, labeled with love. Labeled with love. Let's go ahead and use that again. The shadows are making it very difficult for me to see where to punch today, my friends. All right, there we go. So we've got our sentiment. We're now going to take our plain. We're going to die cut that. And then you notice Stampin' Up, God bless them, they put 2 propellers on one. So we're going to run that through our die cutting machine. And guys, I did that in advance for you. So we've got, there's our plane. And I went ahead, again, I just glued the little propellers together. And we can add that right to the center, just a little dot of glue. Okay. Add that there. And if you want, and I should have mentioned this, you could, if you wanted to color the propellers, you could brush on a little bit of the basic gray ink if you wanted to. So feel free to do that. Or you could die cut those from a little bit of scrap of basic gray. That would work too. Okay, so I'm ready. You know what? Let's go ahead and add this to the front of our card. Lots of stamp dimensionals on the back of this one. And you notice I had to use the full-size Stampin' Dimensionals and the minis. So Melody says, I have this set, but I haven't used it yet. This is such a great idea, and I love being able to see both sides of the designer series paper. All right, I agree. Sometimes our paper, I know I'm not the only one that just, it breaks their heart to put adhesive on the other side, especially when it's really pretty paper. Okay, let's make that plane fly. Okay, we're going to add a little gem to that in a second, but we're going to do a little stamping here. So I'm going to bring in that scratch piece of paper because I'm going to need it again. This is, somebody told me, isn't it like what you see from the top of the, when you're in a plane? I don't know. People have called it different things, but you notice I'm stamping off once because I want to get a little bit.
I did ask Matt about this.
Oh, what is it?
Resident plane expert.
Yes.
They are like the rivets on planes.
It
just looks a little bit odd because on an airplane, they're typically not that close together.
Okay, there we go. It is the rivets. All right, I got a little happy birthday. I'm going to stamp up there in the corner, a little bit crooked. So what do we do when it's crooked? We cut a piece of cardstock and we cover it up. So that is what I will do later on. I'm going to put a plane right there, and that's going to be for the inside of my card after I go and fix my little happy birthday. So we're going to add this right there. But look, I can go ahead and put it together. I'll be able to fix my happy birthday a little bit later. Okay, we are going to bring in some more ribbon. It's just a ribbon kind of thing. But I thought this is it comes in petal pink and basic white. It's a combo pack. And it's diagonal ribbon. And I'm going to put a little adhesive right here. And I just thought it kind of worked really well with this paper. This is 8 inches of ribbon. We're going to adhere it together right there. I've put Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of my sentiment, all right, or my greeting. Keep trying to get it right. It's a greeting on the front and it's a sentiment on the inside. All right. The dimensional backing that is going to be stubborn. Goodness. All right, guys. We're going to add that right there. The one last little thing, we're going to add these sparkle gems. These are the adhesive back sparkle gems because we love it when things are adhesive. And we're going to take one of these because it's got a little bit of gold in it. Actually, I take it back. I think these have silver in it. But I wanted something in the middle of that propeller, right? It kind of sets it apart, doesn't it? And by the way, if you wanted to, you could die cut several of those. You had plenty there on the cardstock. And there we go. Okay, I'm going to attempt to bring all my cards in. Let's see if I can do it. All right. So there's, oh, I'm missing one. Here we go. There are our 4 cards for the guys. Look at that. Your men are going to be so happy. If your man is anything like mine, he saves every card I give him. He does. He's got a drawer full of them. So I'm so glad to be able to have some cards ready for him. I tell you what, I forgot to get out my cards for next week. So give me just a second. I'm going to pop my little, I keep everything right here. So let's see what I got. Actually, next week, we've got kind of a little more over the top cards. Let me move these for a second. So we're only making one, but cute little card, right? Look at our little snowman. But this is what we got going on. It's kind of, I don't know, sometimes they're called shutter cards. Let's see, what are we calling this one? It's a double Z-fold gatefold card. See, they have all kinds of different names. Don't you love it? This is with a brand new bundle from the mini catalog. And of course, I know you guys love cards that display well. This is definitely one that they're going to want to display during the holidays. So we're going to create that next week. I hope you will join me. That will be on September 19th. So, are you guys ready to create some cards? Now listen, I created masculine cards, right? These designs and these layouts can be used with any designer series paper. All right, so it's time to get out that paper, stop hoarding it. It's time to cut it and create some really great cards. Because I cut it at that 4 by 10 and a half, that's going to allow me to get 3 out of each sheet. And again, all I did was just add it to a piece of cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on the back, and then do some fun on the inside. So you've got ideas waiting for you, and I hope that you'll give those a try. And before I close, I want to thank Christina and Brenda for being here with me. And as always, if you guys like the video, do me a favor. There's a thumbs up button on YouTube. If you will click that, I would appreciate it so much. It helps me know what you guys like. I like seeing that you guys enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed, oh my gosh, become a subscriber. It's free. It's easy. You click the subscribe button. A little bell is going to pop up. And if you ring the bell, if you click on the bell, YouTube will let you know whenever I'm back with my next video. And of course, whenever I'm live, you're going to get the instant notification that I'm live. And I'd love for you guys to be a part of that. Okay, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all out there for watching. And for those of you on the replay, love that you guys come back and watch. Have a great day. Go create some cards this week and give them to the men that you love. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.